Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RJL Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. The 1999 season is on the air. Today's date is April 10th, 1999. We are at Turner Field for a very big National League matchup between the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Atlanta Braves. The Diamondbacks come into this game a record of 3-1. The Braves a record of 3-2 early in the season. But we got a heck of a pitching matchup tonight. Two of the best of all time going at each other. So hopefully we have a good matchup here at Turner Field, which was only at this time pretty young, was still only about 3 years old after the 96 Olympics. So Turner Field does get the call here tonight for this game. So hopefully we'll have an exciting matchup between the D-backs and the Braves. The Diamondbacks historically won this game 8-3. They had 8 runs and 16 hits, no errors. The Braves only had 3 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. But so far, Inside Pitch has been we've got 2 low-scoring games here in a season that saw a lot of scoring. But we'll see what happens tonight as these two teams go head-to-head. So, without further ado, I think it is time we get started here in tonight's matchup. Starting pitcher for the Atlanta Braves, Hall of Famer, no doubt in my mind, Tom Glavine. 14 wins, 11 losses, a 4.12 ERA. Not one of his better seasons Glavine had in 99, but he gets the call for tonight's matchup. So if everybody is set and ready to go, it is time to play some baseball here as we go to the top of the first. Leading off for the Diamondbacks, center fielder Steve Finley, 264 average, 34 homers, 103 RBIs. And that is an excellent season for him. We're going to use blue, white, and blue dice. Braves are the home team. A big matchup between Zona and Atlanta. Good matchup here. DB is first to join us here at Turner Field. So we are all set and ready to go. Tom Glavine done with the tosses. Finley, a big matchup here at Turner Field. 2 big-time Hall of Fame pitchers. Let's see what happens tonight. Glavine, 4-5, error on a grounder. Finley, 3-6. Nope, that's going to be popped up to first. Getting over there is going to be Brian Hunter, and he's going to make the catch for the out. Next up is the second baseman, Jay Bell. 289 average, 38 homers, 112 RBIs. That is a pretty darn good season. Thank you there, DB. Glavine, 5-2, strikeout 9. Got him. No, I'm sorry. Bell is against the lefty. Just missed. Turner Field has only -3 to walks. And Turner Field in 99 actually was a pitcher's park. Bell, 6-1. And Bell will hit one at the center field, and that's going to go all the way to the wall. And Bell's going to have himself a double. 1-out double for Bell. He'll get on second as Doug Hunt joins us here at Turner Field. Next up is the first baseman, Travis Lee, a 237 average, 9 homers, 50 RBIs in 99. Bell really not a threat to do anything, and he'll stay put. Glavine, 3-3, wild pitch, and that 10 is going to be a blank. No wild pitch from him. Lee, 4-2, and it's a hard line drive to second base, and that is an even number on the D20. And my new rule is on a line out, if it's an even number, I'm not even going to roll for a chance at a double play. So that's going to be a line out, and that'll be out number 2. Bell goes right back. Normally you roll to see if there's a double play, but I'm not going to do that. I think there's just too many line out double plays here with the way that he has it set up. So that was an even number, no double play. Next batter is the third baseman, Matt Williams. Had a heck of a year in 99. 303 average. 35 homers, 142 RBIs in 99. What a season. Strategy roll, and nothing on the 7. Bell stays put. Glavine, 5-2, strikeout 6. This one he will get. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and the inning is over. No runs and a hit for the Diamondbacks. Glavine had 138 strikeouts in 99. But he does retire the side. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Does this guy really need an introduction? Hall of Famer, one of the greatest of all time, and in my opinion, the most intimidating left-hander in baseball history. The big unit, Randy Johnson. 17 wins, 9 losses, a 2.48 ERA. And he had an absolutely disgusting 364 strikeouts in 99, only 67 walks. Does anybody here would not take Randy Johnson on their team? He's my number 4. He's my number 4 starter in my main rotation. Randy Johnson is number 4. If does anybody have a problem if I say if Bob Gibson was the most intimidating right-hander, Randy Johnson was definitely the most intimidating left-hander? I don't think anybody will argue with that on me. We go to the bottom of the first, leading off for the Braves, left fielder Gerald Williams, 275 average, 17 homers, 68 RBIs in 99. I have no issue with those stats. Johnson, 5'3", range play at the park. Turner Field, 5'6", and that's going to be a ground ball to short. That's going to be a range play for Tony Batista. His range is a 4. And he's got it. Nice play by Batista. He'll pick it up, and he will throw it over to first for out number 1. 1 down, and that will bring up the second baseman, Brett Boone. 252 average, 20 homers, 63 RBIs in 99. Johnson, 5'3", again the range play at the park. Turner Field, 1-4. That's popped up behind the play to the catcher. Second baseman, catcher is Damian Miller. His range is a 3. And that's going to drop out of play. That'll be a foul ball. They'll do it again. So that can't get to that one. That's out of play. They'll do it again. Randy Johnson, 1-5. That's a blank. Boone, 5'3", and that's a hard line drive right to third, and that's gloved by Williams for out number 2. Randy Johnson does have the special K. I do have to check that. 2 men down, and that will bring up the third baseman. Hall of Famer, definitely one of the greatest of all time, and in my opinion, the second best Brave in the history of the franchise. The only guy above him is some guy named Hank. Chipper Jones, 319 average, 45 homers, 110 RBIs. That's not too bad. Johnson, 5'2", range play. Jones, 6'6". That's a single pass first, but that's a range play for Lee. Travis Lee's range is a 2. And he's got it. What a play by Lee. Johnson will come over. Lee will throw it to Johnson to get the out, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3, go the Braves. No score after 1. We go to the top of the second. Leading off for the D-backs will be the right fielder, Bernard Gilkey. He had a good year. 294 average, 8 homers, 39 RBIs in about half the games played for Zona. Glavine, 1-6. That's a blank. Gilkey, 5-1 against the lefty. That's going to be a grounded to third. That'll be handled by Jones. Jones tosses it over for the out. That'll bring up the left fielder, Luis Gonzalez. I don't know. I sometimes think Luis Gonzalez belongs in the Hall of Fame. 336 average, 26 homers, 111 RBIs. Definitely Hall the very good. I sometimes wonder why he's not in the Hall. Luis Gonzalez was a beast for the Diamondbacks. Glavine will go ahead and pitch. Glavine, 6'3", that's a blank. Look, Gonzalez, 2'5". He flies one to left field. That's going to be Gerald Williams getting to that. And that'll be out number 2. Yes. Koufax had 382. And, of course, we know that Nolan Ryan broke that record later. Next batter is the shortstop, Tony Batista. Batista will be on the Toronto Blue Jays later in 99. He is a Diamondback at this time. 277 average, 31 homers, 100 RBIs. Glavine will pitch. 2-2. It's a blank. Batista, 3-6. And he hits a fly ball to left. And Gerald Williams again will make the play. And that retires the side. 1-2-3, go the Diamondbacks. And we go to the bottom of the second. Leading off for the Braves will be the right fielder, Brian Jordan, 283 average, 23 homers, 115 RBIs. Remember, the Braves did win the division in 99. Johnson will go ahead and pitch. The big unit, 2-5, strikeout plus 10, swing and a miss, struck him out. That'll be the first strikeout for the big unit. As I said, he had 364 in 99, which is an absolutely, as I said, DB, you're right. He had Koufax at 382, but 364 strikeouts in this day and age. As Vita Productions joins us here at Turner Field. That'll bring up the catcher, Javier Lopez, 317 average, 11 homers, 45 RBIs. Only played about a third of the games for the ATL. Johnson, 6-6, strikeout plus 10, swing and a miss, struck him out. He'll get Lopez. Lopez is a 9, but plus 10 miss him a 19. That's an 18. That's really actually a called strike 3. And that's a second strikeout for Randy. You kind of think we're going to see a lot of strikeouts tonight. Next batter will be the center fielder, Andrew Jones. Some people say he belongs in the Hall of Fame. 275 average, 26 homers, 84 RBIs. The thing about Andrew Jones, he probably played his way, if he had retired maybe 5 or 6 years earlier, I think Andrew Jones gets in. But because he actually stayed in the league longer and really underachieved in those years, he may have played his way out of the Hall of Fame. It's possible. If they were to put him in later, I don't really think I would mind. I think I put it on credit card. Randy Johnson will pitch. The big unit, 6-4 against the righty. It's a blank. Jones, 6-3, and that's a ground ball to short. That'll be handled by Batista. Batista will take his time, toss it over, and retire the side. 1-2-3, go the Bravos. No score after 2. We go to the top of the third. Combined ERA of these two pitchers, 6.5. Leading off for the D-backs, the catcher, Damian Miller, 270 average, 11 homers, 47 RBIs. This, of course, 47 RBIs. Of course, the Diamondbacks would win the World Series in 2001, 2 years away from winning a title. Glavine, 3-3, wild pitch at the blank. Miller, 4-1 against the lefty, smacks one into right field. That's going to be a double for Miller. So Miller gets a leadoff double. He'll hold at second base. And that will bring up the pitcher, Randy Johnson. He had a 124 average in 99. He had 6 RBIs. May do the bunt. Let's see. Strategy roll. And Randy Johnson does not actually get the bunt sign, but I think he's going to roll the bunt anyway. So we're going to do the bunt. So let's get the bunt chart out, and let's see what we have here. So the bunt is on. Glavine, 1-2 against the righty. Walk plus 10. That would be a 10. And you do, and minus 3 would be 7. Rounded down to a 6. Divided by 2 becomes a 3. He won't walk him. So Randy Johnson will go ahead and lay down the bunt. And that is bunted right back to Glavine. So Johnson's bunt rating becomes a 2. And that is a 5. And that's going to be a good bunt. Nice bunt by Johnson. Will get it to Glavine. Glavine's only play is the first. Miller goes to third, and that's out number 1. But the sacrifice does work. So a nice bunt will move Miller over. A sacrifice hit to the pitcher. And now the batter is Finley. If I'm correct, wasn't Steve Finley really known for dating, what was her name? Tawny Kitaen? May she rest in peace. Was it Steve Finley or Chuck Finley? I'm not sure which one it was. I think it was Steve Finley. Someone will have to check that. Infield is in, 1 out. Glavine, strategy roll. Nothing happening. Glavine will pitch. 3-5. That's a possible error. Finley, 2-2. That's a grounder to second base. That ball is hit to Boone. His error rating is a 5. That's a 6. He will not make an error. The infield is in. Miller's base running rating becomes a 0. No way for him to score. The throw goes to first for out number 2. So grounder to second base, but Boone does not make an error. Now the infield will go back, and the batter will be Bell. Joel Turney joins us here at Turner Field. Bell is 1 for 1, has a double. Strategy roll from Miller. He'll stay put. Glavine, 4-3, strikeout 11. That is high. Bell, 5-6, and it's a fly ball to center field. And it will be Andrew Jones getting to that. And Glavine's going to get out of the inning. And that'll retire the side. No runs in a hit, but the Diamondbacks cannot get a run in. And we go to the bottom of the third. When Randy Johnson hits you with a pitch, you say, if you ever get hit by a pitch by Randy Johnson, you just say, "Thank you, sir. Can I have another?" If you decide to charge the mound against Randy Johnson, you deserve what happens to you. Leading off for the Bravos, first baseman Brian Hunter, 249 average, 6 homers, 30 RBIs, and 99. Johnson, 1-5, that's a blank. Hunter, 2-1, and against the lefty, that is going to be a ground ball to third. Randy Johnson, special K of 1-4, that's a 6, so we take the result, and a 1-2, and a 2-1. There's a G5 and a walk. That's going to be a ground ball to third base. That'll be handled by Williams. And Williams throws it over for the out, 1 down. Next up is the shortstop, Walt Weiss, 226 average, 2 homers, 29 RBIs, and 99. Johnson, 3-5. That's at the park. Turner Field, 4-3. And it's grounded at the plate. That's an 11. I'm gonna roll for an error on Miller. Miller's error rating is a 6. And he will not make an error. Miller's got it, picks it up, and throws to first to get the out. And that is out number 2. That's my rule for grounders for any at the ballpark. An odd number I'll roll for a catcher on an error chance on the catcher. An even number, it's automatically good. That was a rule that Chris wanted to put. That Chris said anytime you roll a G2 or a P2 off the ballpark card, you automatically check the error rating. That means if your catcher has an error rating of 20, it's automatically going to be an error. I didn't like that, so I told him odd, I'll roll for it. Even, I won't. Here's the pitcher, Tom Glavine. He had a 138 average and 4 RBIs and 99. Johnson will pitch. 4-1. Pitcher result. Lefty. A 1's an automatic out. 16 is too high. Glavine, 3-4. And he grounds it to short as well. That's going to get to Batista. Batista will take it, toss it over, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3. Go the Braves. No score after 3. And I'm not surprised we have no score when you have 2 pitchers such as Randy Johnson and Tom Glavine. We go to the top of the 4th. Travis Lee leads off for the Snakes, and he's 0 for 1. Glavine will pitch. Glavine, 1-3 against the lefty. Walk, 19 is high. Lee, 3-3. He hits a base hit. He hits one into right field. That'll be a single for him. So again, the Diamondbacks get the runner on first, and here comes Williams. Williams is 0 for 1. Infield double play. Lee had 17 steals. He's not getting one here. Glavine, 2-6. That's at the park. Turner Field, 6-1. And that's going to be a ground ball, second base. 2-2-3. Shortstop pivot. Weiss, -1 is a 2. But they will get the double play. 4-6-3 double play. 2 outs. As Williams will hit into that one. And with 2 men out, the batter now is Gilkey. Gilkey's 0 for 1. 2 outs now. Glavine will pitch. Glavine, 4-6. Hit by pitch. No. Gilkey, 2-5. And against the lefty, Gilkey hits one into center, and that'll crack through the gap. And Gilkey's on second with a double. How big is that double play? So Gilkey winds up with a double. He'll get to second. And now here's Gonzo. Gonzo is 0 for 1. 2 men out, top of the fourth, no score. D-backs and Braves. Strategy roll, nothing on the 5. Gilkey stays put. Glavine, 2-5. It's a blank. Gonzo, 4-3. And it is a ground ball to second, picked up by Boone. And Boone will get that, toss it over, and retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, but the Diamondbacks can't bring anybody in. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Leading off for the Braves will be Gerald Williams. Williams is 0 for 1. Johnson will pitch. Johnson, 2-2. Home run chance. Righty, 1-16. The 4 is good. Against the lefty, Williams needs a 15. Does Williams put the Braves on the board? Oh, quite yes. Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is deep. That ball is gone. Home run, Gerald Williams. Gerald Williams goes ahead and gets one there. That was a mistake by Johnson. And Gerald Williams goes ahead and puts that one out. And it's 1-0 Braves. That's the first hit off of Johnson in the game, too. So 1-0 on a big-time bomb by Gerald Williams. And now the batter is Boone. Boone is 0 for 1. 1-0 Bravos now. Johnson will pitch. 3-6. Strikeout plus 10. He'll get him. And that is going to be strikeout number 3 for the big unit. Next up is Chipper. Chipper is 0 for 1. Yes, Gerald Williams also gone. Correct. The big unit will pitch. Big unit. 5-3. Range play at the park. Turner Field. 3-5. It's a ground ball to short. That ball is into Batista. His range is a 4. Oh, got it. Nice easy play by Batista. Picks it up, throws to first to get Jones, 2 down. And now Jordan. Jordan is 0 for 1. Johnson will go ahead and deal. Johnson, 1-2 against the righty. Strikeout. And 13 is too high. Jordan, 3-3. And that's going to be a grounder to third. Taken there by Williams. Williams will get that one. Toss it over. And that will retire the side. 1 run, 1 hit. A solo bomb by Gerald Williams. And the Braves have a 1-0 lead after 4. Top of the 5th. Leading off for the Diamondbacks will be Tony Batista, and he's 0 for 1. Glavine will go ahead and pitch. Glavine, 5-5, strikeout 9. Cold strike 3 on Batista. Got him. And that is the second strikeout for Glavine. 1 down. Next up is Miller. Miller got a double his first time up. Pitch from Glavine. 6-1. Pitcher result. Righty 1-18 is a single up the middle. That's a 13. It's a base hit. Miller will go ahead and get a single. And that is his second hit of the game. Next batter is the big unit. He's 0 for 1 with a sacrifice. Probably going to lay down the bunt. Corners in. Strategy roll to see if anything else happens. Nope. So Miller's going to go to second. We're going to have a bunt attempt. So another bunt here by another bunt. Glavine, 3-5. Possible error. Okay, possible error. So let's see what happens here. That bunt is hit right back to Glavine. Glavine's error rating is a 3. I'm first going to see what happens. He won't make an error. Now we'll see what happens with the bunt. And that is a 10. And Johnson's bunt rating is reduced to 2. And that's going to be a good bunt. Another nice bunt by Randy Johnson. Miller will go to second. And Glavine will get the sure out at first, 2 outs. Another sacrifice hit right back to the pitcher. Here's Finley. Finley's 0 for 2. 1-0 Braves, top of the 5th. A home run by Gerald Williams, of all people. Strategy roll for Miller. He will stay put. Glavine, 5-5. Strikeout 9. That's too high. Finley, 4-6. And Finley will tie the game up. He blasts one into center field. That goes over Andrew Jones's head. Miller will come around. He will score. We're tied at 1. So Steve Finley will get an RBI double to bring in Miller. As the D-backs finally break through at the plate. Here's Bell. Bell is 1 for 2 with a double. Finley on at second. Strategy, nothing on the 10. Finley stays put. Glavine, a 6-5 range play at the park. Turner Field, 6-6. It's a fly ball to left field. Going after that is Gerald Williams. Williams' range is a 4. And he's got it. Makes the catch on the run, and the side is retired. But 1 run on 2 hits for the Diamondbacks. We're tied at 1 now going into the bottom of the 5th. Javi Lopez leads off for Atlanta. He's 0 for 1. Johnson will go ahead and pitch. Johnson, 5-4, hit by pitch. No. Lopez, a 2-6, and that's a ground ball to third. That'll be handled there by Williams, and Williams will throw to first for the out. Here's Jones. Andrew is 0 for 1. Big Unit will go ahead and deal. Big Unit, 6-1, walk plus 10. That's ball 4. He will walk Andrew Jones. And Randy Johnson only had 67 walks in 99. First walk given up by the Big Unit. That'll bring up Hunter. Hunter is 0 for 1. Infield, a double play. Jones at 24 steals, and he stays put. The Big Unit will pitch. And that's a 6-5 against a righty. Home run result against a lefty. Hunter needs a 9. The 15 is too high. Hunter, 2-5. And that is going to be a ground ball to second base. No special K. That's a 9. 5-5-6. Shortstop, Batista, 0. But of course, the only high you can go is a 5. So a 1-5, it's a double play. Nope, that is a 6. The throw's going to go to first and get the out. Andrew Jones will take second, and that's out number 2. Must have been a slow hit ball, and there was no way to make the play. So Andrew goes to second base on a grounder to short. The batter now is a grounder to second base, actually. Here's Weiss. Weiss is 0 for 1. Jones on at second. And he will. That's a 20. Randy Johnson turns around, fires to second. And got him. Picked him off, inning over. Randy Johnson, a 3-6 is a pickoff. That's a 4. He got him, and that'll get him. Andrew Jones not paying attention. Nothing across except a walk. Tied at 1 after 5 as Randy Johnson picked him off. We go to the 6th. Still tied at 1 here. Let's see. He can pitch to that. He can pitch to 31. Travis Lee leads off for the D-backs. He's 1 for 2. Glavine sets in there. Tied at 1 here. 11 runs were historically scored in this game. And right now we've had 3 low-scoring games at the moment here, just starting this 99 season. Glavine, 5-4. That's a blank. Lee, 4-1. And that is a fly to center field. Andrew Jones will get to it. And that's the first out. Williams is next. Williams is 0 for 2. Glavine deals. And 2-3, strikeout. 15 is high. Williams at 3-6, and that's grounded to second base this time. Brett Boone will get that, and that's a second out. And now here's Gilkey. Gilkey is 1 for 2. Glavine will settle in, and that's a 1-1. That's a blank. Gilkey 4-4, and that's another ground ball to short. This one's handled by Weiss, and Weiss will get that, throw it over, and retire the side. Another 1-2-3 inning by Glavine. We go to the bottom of the 6th, still tied at 1. If you weren't expecting anything but a pitcher's duel between Randy Johnson and Tom Glavine, I don't know what else he can do. I don't know what we can say. Walt Weiss leads off for the Braves. He's 0 for 1. Johnson will pitch. Johnson, 4-6. Wild pitch. It's a blank. Weiss, 2-5. And that is a grounder to second base. That'll be handled by Bell. And that is out number 1. Here's Glavine. Glavine is 0 for 1. Pitch from the unit. 5-1. Strikeout plus 10. And that's a swing and a miss and a struck him out. That is the 4th K for the big unit. 2 down. Williams is up next. He gets an ovation here from the Turner Field crowd, who hit the bomb this last time up. Johnson will deal. Johnson, 3-2. Walk plus 10. And that's 16. No, that's going to be too high. Williams, 5-5. And he grounds it to short. Once again, handled by Batista. Batista will get it and retire the side. 1-2-3, go the Braves. The only run off of Johnson was the bomb, tied at 1 after 6. Another fast-moving game here on RJL Network. Another low-scoring pitchers duel. We go to the top of the 7th. Here's Gonzo, Luis Gonzalez. He's 0 for 2. Glavine will continue to pitch. Glavine, 2-2, blank. Gonzalez, 5-6, and Gonzalez smacks one into center field, and that's going to bounce off the wall. Gonzalez has a leadoff double. The Diamondbacks are getting leadoff runners on base. That's the 1-2. That is the third leadoff batter to get on base, and actually the third one to get a double, actually. So Gonzalez on at second. Here's Batista. He's 0 for 2. Strategy roll, and Gonzo stays where he is. Glavine settles in and deals. Glavine, 4-6. Hit by pitch. No. Batista, 5-3. And that is a fly ball to center field. Andrew Jones will get there. That is out number 1. Gonzalez, base runner 3. Hit to center, -1 is a 2. Jones has a -2 arm, which makes Gonzalez a 0. He's staying at second base. He will not try to take third, and the next batter is Miller. Miller is 2 for 2, a single and a double. Strategy roll for Gonzo. He'll stay where he is. Glavine, 3-3. Wild pitch. Yes, he throws one. It didn't have many, but he'll have one here. That's a 1, and that'll go all the way to the wall. Javi Lopez will get it, but Gonzalez goes to third. Wild pitch on Glavine. Now the infield has to play in. And they'll do it again. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 2. Gonzo stays where he is. Glavine, he will pitch. Glavine, 1-5. It's a blank. Miller, 3-2. And that is a ground ball to short. Gonzalez's base running rating becomes a 1 with the infield in. And I think with the pitcher coming up next, maybe you send him. I think you do. They're going to send Gonzalez. Miller on his way to first. The throw's going to come to the plate. Gonzalez will be safe on a 1. It's a 4. He's out. They'll go ahead and try to make the play anyway. Gonzalez is out. Miller takes first. There's 2 down. And now the batter is Johnson. So Gonzalez tries to take home, but he doesn't. That's going to be a fielder's choice. Randy's going to bat. He still has plenty left in the tank. He's got 2 sacrifices, though. But here, Randy Johnson will get a chance to swing. Miller on the strat. Stays put. Glavine, 6-3. It's a blank. Johnson, 4-1. Grounded to second base. Easy play for Boone. And he'll take his time and toss it over to first. And that will do it. No runs, 1 hit. A wild pitch. But it stays tied at 1 here at Turner Field. We are already at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Don't forget, we have 10-minute ticker coming up after tonight's game. We're going to stay in the National League for tomorrow. Tomorrow will be April 13th. We're going to Candlestick Park. I believe 99 was the last year for that stadium. And we got a good matchup between the Houston Astros and the San Francisco Giants. Mike Hampton will be going for the Astros, and Russ Ortiz will be going for the Giants. Pretty good pitching matchup, actually, tomorrow night at the stick. So we'll see that tomorrow night. Staying in the National League, the Astros and the Giants here on the network for Inside Pitch. Bottom of the 7th, tied at 1. Pitchers duel between Randy Johnson and Tom Glavine. Did you really expect anything different? Brett Boone will lead off for the Braves. He's 0 for 2. Johnson's only given up 1 hit, but that 1 hit was a bomb. Johnson with the pitch. 6-5 against a righty. It's a home run result. Against the lefty, Boone needs a 9. That's a 3. And Johnson just gave up his 2nd hit of the game. And that is also a bomb. Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is deep. That ball is gone. Home run, Brett Boone. Stadium cheers. Yay! Brett Boone had 20 bombs in 99, and he gets one off with a big unit. And the unit has only given up 2 hits. Both of them were home runs. The next batter is Chipper. Chipper is 0 for 2. 2-1 Braves now. Pitch from Johnson. 1-4. That's at the park. Turner Field. 6-5. That's a base hit. And that goes into left field. Jones rounding first. He's going to try for second. Left fielder Gonzalez, a 0 arm. A 1-5. Jones gets to second base, and it's a 6. Here comes the throw. Heck of a throw coming in by Gonzalez. He has a 0 arm. A 1-4. Jones is out. And he is. Chipper Jones tries to take second base, turn into a double, but Luis Gonzalez guns him down at second, and that's going to be a base hit, but an out. Chipper Jones tried to turn that into 2, but Luis Gonzalez said, no, you will not have your cake and eat it too. Here's Jordan. Jordan is 0 for 2. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th, 2-1 Braves. The big unit. 2-2. Home run chance against the righty. 1-16. The 11 is good. Against the lefty, Jordan needs a 14. Does he get one here? No. Jordan, 4-5. He does chop it to second. Easy play for Bell. And Bell will throw that to first for out number 2. And now here's Lopez. Lopez is 0 for 2. Catcher goes to talk to Randy a little bit, although kind of easily because he knows if he messes up with Randy, Randy will probably plow him into the ground. He says, hey, man, you got to keep that ball down. The big unit, 4-6. Wild pitch, it's a blank. Lopez, 3-3. That's a grounder to second base. That'll be handled by Bell. Bell will get it, toss it over, and retire the side. 1 run on 2 hits. A solo bomb by Brett Boone. 2-1 Braves after 7. We go to the 8th. Steve Finley leads off for Zona. He is 1 for 3. Glavine will pitch this inning. He's due to be tired after 2 more batters. They're going to let him pitch. Glavine, 3-4. That's at the park. Turner Field, 5-1. Base hit. Center field. Finley will get a single. And again, the Diamondbacks get the leadoff man on. Here's Bell. Bell is 1 for 3. Infield double play. Glavine looking in. Finley at 8 steals. And he's staying put. Bell does not get the steal sign. He stays put. Bunt sign. Glavine will pitch. Glavine, 1-4. Range play. Bell, 6-2. That's a fly ball to center field. Going after that is Andrew Jones. He was excellent. His range is a 5. And he's got it. 1 out. Finley will stay put. 1 down. Glavine is tired. He is due to bat 4th in the next inning. He'll stay out there. Lee is next. Lee is 0 for 1 with a walk. Finley on it first, staying in double play depth, and he will stay at first. Glavine will pitch. Glavine, 6-6. Strikeout. No. Lee, 4-2. And that's a line drive to second base. That's going to be an even number, and that's going to be a line out and out number 2. No double play chance. 2 down. With a hard line drive to second, but Finley will get back. And now the batter is Williams. Williams is 0 for 3, but now 2 down. Finley still on at first. He'll stay at first. Glavine settles in and deals. 5-4. That's a blank. Williams, 1-6. And it's a fly ball to center, but plenty of room for Andrew Jones. He will get there. He'll make the catch and retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Diamondbacks. Tom Glavine, well, pitching like a Hall of Famer. Both of them are, actually. We go to the bottom of the 8th, still 2-1. Randy Johnson due to bat 5th in the 9th inning. They're going to let him pitch here. Why not? They're going to let him pitch. Andrew Jones leads off for the ATL. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Johnson on it first. Johnson on the mound. The big unit will deal. 5-6. Strikeout plus 10. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That is strikeout number 5 for the big unit. Next up is Hunter. Hunter is 0 for 2. The big unit. 5-1. Strikeout plus 10. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 away. That's strikeout number 6 for Johnson. And now Weiss. Weiss is 0 for 2. Johnson sets in. He'll pitch. Johnson, 3-5. That's at the park. Turner Field, 6-4. And that's going to be hit into center. And Weiss is going to have a double. Weiss gets one there. He'll get a double. And he'll wind up at second base. Tom Glavine due to bat, but they're going to go to the bench. Glavine will leave the game, and he leaves with the W at the moment. We'll see a pinch hitter against Johnson. And it is going to be Eddie Perez, 249 average, 7 homers, 30 RBIs. So Eddie Perez will pinch hit for Glavine. The Braves will go to the closer. Weiss on at second, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th, 2-1 Braves. Strategy rolls are still on, and White stays put. The big unit looking in on Perez. The unit, 3-1, range play. Perez, 2-4. That's powered into center field. That's a 3. That could be a single to center. Going after it is Finley. Finley's range is a 4, and he got it. Side retired. Fly out to center field, inning over, no runs and a hit. And the Braves holding on to a 2-1 lead after 8. But will we see some ninth inning magic? We saw some ninth inning magic last night, mostly because the manager didn't know what he was doing. Top of the ninth, Bernard Gilkey leads off for the Diamondbacks. He'll bat. He is 1 for 3. Braves need a pitcher. And they're going to go to the closer. And that, of course, that year was John Rocker. 4 wins, 5 losses, 38 saves, a 2.49 ERA. John Rocker. Everybody knows about John Rocker. He will come on to pitch and try to close the game. Top of the ninth, 2-1 Braves. Rocker will pitch to Gilkey. Rocker can pitch to 4 batters before fatigue. He was mostly as a very quick closer. Rocker, he will pitch. Rocker, 2-3, range play. Gilkey, 6-5. That's a fly ball to center field. Going after that is Andrew Jones. He was excellent. His range is a 5. And again, it's a 6. And that's going to be a single for Gilkey. 2 perfectly placed balls that Andrew Jones could not get to it. That's a leadoff single for Gilkey. So Gilkey gets to first, and now the batter is Gonzo. Gonzo is 1 for 3, got a double his last time up. Infield a double play death. Rocker looking in on Gonzalez. Strategy roll. That's a 1. Gilkey is staying where he is. Rocker will go ahead and pitch. Rocker, 6-4. Hit by pitch. No. Gonzo, 5-6. And Gonzo hits one into center field. And that's going to be a double. Will it score Gilkey? Base runner 4. Double to center, -2. A 1-2. Gilkey will score. And he does. Gonzo coming around second. He's going to try for third. A 1-3. He gets the third. And he'll hold at second base. Once again, the closer comes out and blows it for one of the teams on the league. RBI double by Gonzalez. And we're tied at 2. Stadium barfs. Yeah. Jeff Montgomery came in for the Royals last night. He blows the save. And now John Rocker comes in and blows the save. And still no one out. Next batter is Batista. And he's 0 for 3. Ninth inning magic strikes again. Infield is back. Now a 2-2 tie. Gonzalez on at second. And strategy roll. Gonzalez stays put. Rocker will pitch. Rocker, 2-1, strikeout +10, got him. He'll go ahead and get Batista, and that is out number 1. Next up is Miller. Miller, 2 for 3, a single and a double. Gonzalez on at second. He'll stay. Rocker sets it and pitches. Rocker, 2-2, walk +10. That's ball 4 on the 9. And he walks Miller. And now runners at first and second. Randy Johnson due to bat. He will come out, and we'll see a pinch hitter for Randy. So right now, he still has a chance to get a win here. Glavine right now is going to wind up with the no decision. New batter coming in for the Diamondbacks, and it is going to be, it's a 9th inning, so it can be anyone. And they're going to go with, he's a lefty. And Lefty, safe Stinnett. They're going to go with DeLucci. The ninth inning, they can bring in anybody. Coming on to pinch hit, they're going to stay left on left for the Diamondbacks will be Dave DeLucci. 394 average, a bomb, and 15 RBIs in 99. He only played in 63 games for the Diamondbacks. Runners at first and second. Rocker is tired, though. And now the question is, do you let him pitch? And I think no, because he's now tired, and S1 automatically will score a run. That's going to be it for Rocker. So a new pitcher coming in for the Braves. And they're going to bring out, coming on to pitch for the Braves will be Kevin McGlinchey. 7 wins, 3 losses, a 2.82 ERA. So Kevin McGlinchey will now pitch for the Braves. Runners at first and second. 1 out. So McGlinchey will pitch. He can pitch to 5. Although I doubt he will, but we'll see what he does here. So McGlinchey will pitch to DeLucci. 1 out, top of the 9th, tied at 2. Strategy. Nothing on the 15. Gonzo at second, Miller at first. McGlinchey, 1-6. That's at the park. Turner Field, 1-2. And that's a ground ball to short. Infield, of course, was a double play. 3-2-3. Second base, Boone, -1, a 1-2. It's a double play. No. Gonzalez gets the third. Miller is out. DeLucci takes first. Fielder's choice, 2 down. But the Diamondbacks get another chance. So 2 men down. And now the batter is Finley with 2 away. Finley, 2 for 4, a single and a double. DeLucci on at first. Gonzo on at third. McGlinchey on Finley. 2 men out, top of the 9th, tied at 2. McGlinchey settles in there. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 19. McGlinchey will pitch. 2-6 against the lefty. It's a blank. Finley, 5-2, and it's a ground ball to first base. That'll get handled by Hunter. He'll call off McGlinchey, take it to the bag himself, and the inning is over. 1 run on 2 hits and a walk. The D-backs tie it, but can't get the win, can't take the lead, and we go to the bottom of the 9th. So now will we see some bottom of the 9th inning magic? Gerald Williams leads off for Atlanta. He is 1 for 3 with a bomb. And the Diamondbacks need a pitcher. And let's see. Coming in to pitch, it's right switch. And they're going to go with, coming on to pitch for the Diamondbacks will be one of their main closers, Greg Olson. 9 wins, 4 losses, 14 saves, a 3.71 ERA. So Johnson gets the no decision. And Greg Olson will pitch. And he can pitch to 4. So Gerald Williams will lead off here in the bottom of the 9th, tied at 2. Olson will deal. Olson, 5-4. Range play. Williams, 3-5. That's popped up to third base. Going after it is Matt Williams. He's in fair territory. Williams' range is a 4. And it's going to drop in for a hit. So another failed range play allows a base runner. The winning run is on. A bloop single over Matt Williams' head, and it falls between the fielders, and that's going to, and the leadoff, and the winning run is on, and now here's Boone. Boone is 1 for 3. He has a bomb in the game. Infield double play. Boone, a pretty good bunter. Let's see what the strategy roll says. That's a 2. Williams gets the steal sign. 13 minus 1 is 12. Miller minus 1 is 11. Boone, an average hitter. Do I don't 55% chance. I'm nobody out. I'm gonna let Boone swing. Olson will pitch. Olsen, 4-6 against the righty, walk, and that 3 is ball 4. So not allowing to happen. He goes ahead and walks Boone, and now the winning run is in scoring position. Olsen had 23 walks in 99, and now here comes Chipper. Chipper 1 for 3. Chipper had 110 RBIs in 99. Infield double play depth, 2 outs. Tied at 2, bottom of the 9th inning. D-backs and Braves. An early big game here in the 99 season. Strategy. Nothing on the 8. Both players stay put. Greg Olsen looking in Chipper. Chipper hoping to get a big-time hit. The fans here at Turner Field are ready to explode. Pitch from Olsen. 2-3. Range play at the park. Turner Field. 3-3. And that's a fly ball to right field. Going after that is Bernard Gilkey. He's got to make a catch. His range is a 3. And it's a 5. He can't get it. Will that score Williams? Base runner rating of 4. It's a single to right, a 0. A 1-4. Williams scores. It's a 5. He holds. Gerald Williams, they put the stop sign and say he holds. As a big throw by Bernard Gilkey prevents Williams from moving anymore, but the bases are loaded. Chipper Jones gets a base hit. Gilkey couldn't get to it. But now the bases are loaded for Brian Jordan. Infield is in. Jordan is 0 for 3. Holy cow, I thought for sure Williams was going to score. But they put the stop sign up. This is in my opinion, this is our first game of the year candidate. Olsen will go ahead and pitch to Jordan. He'll stay out there. He's not tired yet. He will be after Jordan. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 4. Nobody moves. Greg Olsen trying to get this game into extras. Fans here at Turner Field hoping for a hit. Olsen will pitch. 2-3. Range play at the park. Turner Field. 4-6. You got to be kidding me. It's a blank. We got a rare play with men on base. So now a rare play, men on, will make the difference here. You got to be kidding me. 36. Single to right field. I don't need to go any further than that. Single to right field. It's going to be a base hit for Brian Jordan. Gilkey can't get it. Williams comes in. He will score. Braves win the game in a walk-off base hit. 3-2. Stadium cheers. Yay! RBI single by Brian Jordan with rare plays, men on. Single to right field. Check right field. I don't have to go any further than that. And that is going to be a base hit as Brian Jordan will come in with the single, and the Braves win this game 3-2. 1 run on 3 hits and a walk. And the Braves get a 3-2 win here over the Diamondbacks in a big game early. Final line score coming up. For the Braves, 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors. For the Diamondbacks, 2 runs, 10 hits, no errors. The winning pitcher is Kevin McGlinchey. He's going to get the win. Greg Olsen does take the loss. In this tough matchup. Randy Johnson only gave up 3 hits, but 2 of them were homers. Tom Glavine pitched another gem tonight, as 2 Hall of Fame pitchers would. So the Braves will get the win. They'll go to 4-2, and the Diamondbacks will drop to 3-2. We are not done. 10-minute ticker is next. So how about that game, guys? That wasn't too bad. That was not a bad game, and that is definitely a game of the year candidate the way that was going. Great game. I didn't need a cat to get it. The thing about the other channel with the fluffy cat, that's what they got. They got a fluffy cat, and that's usually a fluffy cat kind of beats everything else. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball. So the Braves will get the win over Arizona tonight, 3-2. Let's see how the rest of the majors does. April 10th, Toronto at Baltimore. Blue Jays, 752, that is 6. Orioles, 1063, that's 8. That's a win for the O's. Kansas City at the White Sox. Royals, 1536, that's 6. White Sox, 1816, that is 4. A win for the Royals. Cleveland and Minnesota. Indians, 2113, and that's 3. Twins, 1022, and that is also 3. And they're going to extras. Cleveland rolls a 2 plus 0. Twins roll a 5 plus 0. And that's going to be a win for the Twins. Detroit at the Yankees. Tigers 535, and that is 4. Yankees 12-11, that is 1. That's a win for the Tigers. Oakland at Seattle. Athletics 2066, that's 14. Gonna have a lot of high score. We're gonna have a very high scoring. We're gonna have a very high scoring 10-minute tickers this season. Seattle 1031, and that is 4. That's a win for the Athletics. Boston at the Devil Rays. Red Sox 1654, that is 8. Devil Rays minus 216, that's 1. That'll be a win for the Bo Sox. Angels and the Rangers. Angels 535, that's 4. Rangers 816, and that is 2. That's a win for Anaheim. That's a win for Anaheim. Philadelphia at the Marlins. Phillies 1364, that is 10. Marlins 265, that's 7. That's a win for the Phils. Brewers and the Astros. Brewers 924, that's 3. Astros 1464, that is 10. It's a win for the Stros. Rockies and the Dodgers. Rockies 611, that's 0. Dodgers 1665, and that is 11. Getting a lot of blowouts too. Mets and the Expos. Can my Mets get a win? Mets 936, and that's 5. Expos 545, and that is also 5. And we're going to extras. Mets roll a 2 plus 0. Expos roll a 4 plus 2 is 6. And the Expos will get the win over my Mets. Cubs and the Pirates. Cubs 645, and that is 5. Pirates 1461, and that's 9. Raise the Jolly Roger. Padres and the Giants. Padres 1161, that is 8. Giants 736, that's 4. It's a win for the Friars. Reds and the Cardinals. Reds 1535, that's 6. Cardinals 923 and 3. That game belongs to the Reds. On to April 11th, Toronto at Baltimore. Blue Jays 15-11, that is 1. Orioles 11-15, and that's 2. A win for the O's. Kansas City and the White Sox. Kansas City 10-64, that's 9. White Sox 10-65, that's 10. It's a win for the White Sox. Cleveland at Minnesota. Indians 10-62, that is 8. Twins 9-34, that's 4. A win for the Indians. Tigers and the Yankees. Detroit 4-16, 2 runs. Yankees 12-33, 5 runs. It's a win for the Bronx Bombers. Oakland at Seattle. Oakland 9-43, that is 5. Mariners 14-32, and that is also 5, and they're going to extras. Oakland rolls a 4 plus 0. Seattle rolls a 2 plus 0. That will be a win for the Athletics. Boston at Tampa Bay. Red Sox 9-11. That is going to be a 0. Devil Rays 14-32, and that's 5. That's a win for the D-Rays. Anaheim at Texas. Angels 5-65, that's 8. Rangers 16-64, 11. A win for the Rangers. D-backs and the Braves. D-backs 8-33, that's 4. Braves 8-46, that's 5. Braves get another win. Phillies and the Fish. Phillies 8-43, that is 5. Marlins 9-15, that's 2. Phillies get the win. Brewers and the Stros. Brewers 6-21, 2 runs. Astros 11-45, 6 runs. A win for the Stros. Mets and the Expos. Mets 12-51, that's 7. Expos 5-35, that's 4. My Mets will get a happy recap. Cubs and the Pirates. Cubs 6-21 and 2 runs. Pirates 12-63, 9 runs. Rays the Jolly Roger. Padres and the Giants. Padres 8-56, 7 runs. Giants 8-34, 4 runs. The Friars will get the win. Reds and the Redbirds. Reds 13-34, that's 5. Cardinals 12-23, and that's 4. That game belongs to the Reds. April 12th, Kansas City at Cleveland. Royals 9-42 and 5 runs. Indians 13-42, and that's 6 runs. A win for the Tribe. Minnesota at Detroit. Twins 10-21, 3 runs. Tigers 6-43, 4 runs. The Cats get the win. Oakland at Seattle. Athletics 10-32, and that's 4. Mariners 14-61, that is 9. And that'll go to the M's. Angels and the Rangers. Angels 13-38, 13-26, 4 runs. Rangers 11-66, that's 11, and the Rangers will get a win. Tampa Bay at Toronto. Devil Rays 8-46, and that is 5. Blue Jays 18-33, that's 6. A win for the Jays. Dodgers and the D-backs. Dodgers 8-43, 5 runs. Diamondbacks 13-32, 5 runs. And that's going to extras. Dodgers roll a 1 -2. D-backs roll a 3 -3. So the Dodgers roll the 1 -2 is a -1. The Diamondbacks roll a 3 -3 is 0. Believe it or not, I guess nobody wanted to win that game, but the Diamondbacks are going to get the win. Reds and the Cubs. Reds 12-22, that's 3 runs. Cubs 7-62, 7 runs. That's a win for the Cubs. Padres and the Rockies. Padres 9-35 and 4 runs. Rockies 10-43, 5 runs, a win for the Rocks. Marlins and the Mets. Marlins 755, that is 6. Mets 1134, and that is 5. And my Mets will not beat the Marlins. Braves and the Phillies. Braves 12-13, that's 2. Phillies 462, and that's 6. A win for the Fightin' Phils. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be at Candlestick Park for April 13th. It will be the Houston Astros taking on the San Francisco Giants. Mike Hampton will be going for the Astros, and Russ Ortiz will be going for the Giants. Could be a good matchup right there. Hampton and Ortiz, the Stros and the G-Men tomorrow night. Be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out to the turnstiles. Subscribe if you've not done so. Make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. 9th inning magic strikes again for both teams, but it's the Braves who come out the winners. They beat the Diamondbacks tonight 3-2. We'll see you tomorrow night.